78 Sports TV here. So I'm checking out my boy Boxing Beats and Rhymes page.
Doing it from Boxing Beats and Rhymes channel.
This is Tony Thompson, chilling with Boxing Beats and Rhymes. Everyone, you chilling with Boxing Beats and Rhymes. This is that mere hardcore man store on Boxing Beats and Rhymes YouTube channel.
I don't know if you answer. Possible Manny Pacquiao fight with Floyd Mayweather. How you feel about that?
Well, basically, it's a fight that still has the potential to happen.
All right, fight fans.
Okay.
I'm here with EJ Boxing Live here, UK Boxing Blogger News, Kris Caban, Boxing Beats and Ram, and the cornerman in the Hopkins and Kovalev fight, trainer, Danny Davis. How you doing, Danny?
Oh, I'm doing all right, man. I'm on a plane. I'm on my way to California to work with Gabby Rosello. He's fighting on HBO after dark in Brooklyn, David Lemire. So I'm just getting here in Denver. Got another plane to catch. Just coming off that Bernard fight last night in Atlantic City. So, we're all right.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's what we're calling obviously a post fight. So can you give us like in the corner what was going on? And obviously we heard what Nassim Richard was saying. What's your take of the fight?
The take of the fight last night, Bernard, he just, too much defense. The guy was strong, man. The guy was very, the guy was very, very, Klobuchar was very lengthy. He was very, he was solid, man. And the surprising thing for me, I didn't know he was going to be that patient. And like I said, you can't take nothing away from Bernard, 49 years old, to do 12 rounds, man. And then come out the 12th round. The way he came out, man, it was just awesome, man. It was just great, man.
Okay.
What can you say about the old man?
Well, I was saying, people were saying that some people were saying he looks old. Me personally, I was thinking the trainer, Thingy Davis, Jackson, I think he implemented a great game plan of how to nullify what Hopkins was doing. Would you say that? They had a great strategy.
You were saying what?
The game plan by the trainer, Kovalev trainer, he implemented a great game plan how to nullify what Hopkins was doing. He took away what Hopkins was doing. Would you say that?
You were saying John David Jackson?
Yeah. The game plan he gave Kovalev to how to nullify what Hopkins was doing. He kept Hopkins against the ropes, kept backing him up against the ropes.
Playing it well, they can play, but I guess with the back him up against the ropes. We stuck to our game plan. We wanted to box him and set traps. But once again, man, Kovalev was very, very smart last night. He fought a perfect fight, man. He like I said, man, the patience part that I was surprised of. And John, they stuck to their game plan. He wasn't careless, he wasn't rushing, because he knew the old Fox man, still had, a lot of fighting. But we just get off, just couldn't get off. And then he did. With a lot of shots. He was rolling a lot of shots and Klobuchar.
Hello?
I said Klobuchar fit him on the arms a lot. But he also, Bernard, he missed a lot. And the shots that he did land, they was very effective. And get hit solid with this guy. This guy he had.
You're breaking up over there, Danny. I think on the plane.
I was on the plane, that's why.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right, I'm gonna let someone else ask a question. Go ahead, Boxing Beats.
Yeah. So what kind of
spirit? What?
No, I was gonna say let me ask one of the other guys. Come here with 3 other guys here. Boxing Beats, are you there?
Okay. So
yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask Lee.
No,
have you got a question? Have you got a question for Danny?
No, I'm here, man. I'm here.
Go ahead, B.
So what did Bernard put it down to, basically?
What did Bernard what?
How did Bernard take the defeat? What did he say? What made him not be able to perform how he wanted to?
He didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't say that. He said yes. The guy got. He said the guy was just very strong. He was very patient. That's what he said. I mean, yeah, nothing negative at all.
So okay, there's nothing in the camp that you guys think you could have redone, or I'm not saying excuses, but sometimes it's not an excuse. Sometimes it just is. Maybe something in preparation didn't go right, or maybe something wasn't right with him. Nothing like that. Everything went to plan going in it, but it's just Kovalev was just too good.
The plan was to capitalize, off his mistakes, and the plan was to take him into deep waters. And I said pretty much after the 7 or 8 round, where he never been past. So that was the game plan, but Kovalev stuck to his game plan, and like I said, you can't take nothing away from him.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. D, you have a question for Danny?
Yeah, Danny. Nice to meet you, Danny. This is UK Boxing Blogger News. Basically, did Bernard Hopkins mention anything about the power of Kovalev? Was that one of the reasons why he was failing to come off, or was it more to do with to get off with his punches, or was it more to do with being countered every time he tried to throw?
Yeah, he did. I mean, he in the locker room, he did say, he just was heavy-handed. He said, I mean, it wasn't like he was such a big puncher. He was just heavy-handed, and I mean, he had been in front of bigger punchers than Kovalev, but it's just the way, it was just like thumping. So, he just couldn't get off. He was, long and solid, man. He's, you can't take nothing away. Like I said, this guy fought a great fight.
Yeah, he seems to be like
What a great fight, man.
Yeah. Wow. So, what does Bernard think about his future now? Is he going to fight on, or is it too early to talk about that?
Well, it's like he said, like he said in the press conference. When you ask questions like that, and it's like a woman is in labor, and you asking her she want to have another baby.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And she gonna try to grab something to hit you with it. and like you said, man, he's been saying, it's a 50-50. And he's been saying that since he promised to retire at age 40. So, we don't know. It's a 50-50.
Okay.
Me personally, I think, hey man, he certified his legacy. He didn't. I don't think he damaged it yesterday, like a lot of older guys who continue to fight and look bad and make it, like I said, and look bad and embarrassing themselves. I don't want to name names, but you know who I'm talking about, the guys who fought past their prime. But I don't think it messed anything up yesterday. I just think, like I said, me personally, I think you should wrap it up and just call it.
But can I just ask you one last question?
No, go. Let Danny finish what he's saying, Lee. Go ahead, Danny. Go ahead. See what he's saying. Finish.
What I was about to say. When I was saying that, I think he should just hang it up. He's done a lot. It's going to be years, man. I think we're all going to be dead and gone before anyone did what he did in boxing, man. It's going to be years, man. Unifying the belt all them defenses, 21 defenses at middleweight, then becoming the oldest man. This man is in the Guinness Book of Records. You know, this man has set all kinds of records, man, in the game of boxing, man. It's like it's going to be a while before someone set that pace. And he has set a huge bar in boxing. I can't see no one in this era, the next era, the following era. Like I said, we be all gone. It'll be another 100 years before someone accomplished and did what he did in boxing. So yesterday, man, listen, man, he could hold his head up and walk away and be in the Hall of Fame the next couple years.
I agree.
Yeah, 100%.
Kris, let me ask Kris. Kris, are you there? Kris Caban? I guess not. Boxing beats around. Got another question for Danny?
Well, Lee what was you gonna say, Lee?
Oh, just one last question. I just wanted to know, in your own opinion, Danny, if Kovalev goes and fights Stevenson now, because that's obviously the next question, who do you think wins?
Well, we all know, and in fact speaks for itself. Every time Bernard fights someone, they never the same. So they never the same, and facts never lie. Every time Bernard fights someone, he does something to them. You know it. The critics know it. Everybody knows he changed a fighter from Trinidad, from from Kawasaki, from Roy Jones, from everyone that he faced. The young Cloud, Chad Dawson, these guys is never the same. So he does something to these guys. So I think Stevenson is the perfect time to get him now. You know, because he got exposed a little bit yesterday. You know, even though, like I said, man, he put a great fight, man. He was very patient, but he got exposed on some things. Yeah. And it's just like I said, man, and it's fact, and y'all can contest with me. In fact, every time Bernard fights someone, he does something to him, man. Yeah.
Well, the Stevenson fight to me is a different. Like Stevenson has got a big, long reach. His reach is longer than Kovalev's, and it's longer than Bernard's. And I think with that and the power, it's a totally different contest. Anyone who thinks Kovalev is just a cert to win that, I don't agree. It's a different fight, and it will be interesting. It'll be very interesting.
It would definitely be interesting. Plus, Stevenson is a southpaw, and he also has long arms, and he also have a pack a punch. Yep. So it will be very interesting fight. But I just, like I said, man, every time Bernard fights someone, man, if they went the distance or if you stopped it, whatever how the outcome went in the Bernard Hopkins fight, he does something to a guy, man. When you see him the next time, you like, what the hell? What is wrong with him? He does something to these guys, man.
Do you not feel like this time's a little bit different, though? Because in all my years of watching Bernard Hopkins, this is the only time that I've never give Bernard a round.
Yeah.
But you didn't seem to mess with Kovalev in one way.
I mean, I gave him, I gave him a couple rounds. I thought, if you go back, I thought he did hurt him a couple times, and then he let him off the hook. And Kovalev would come back. I could give him a couple, but I mean, you can't really argue it. But I mean, he did won the unanimous decision. Fair and square, the best man won last night.
Yeah. Okay, Kris, go ahead, Kris. Ask Danny, introduce yourself and ask Danny a question.
Yeah, Danny, this is Christian Caban from We Live, Eat, Sleep, Boxing. And I would like to know that Andre Ward, he's sitting out now, but he reminds me a lot of young Bernard Hopkins. How you think a match between Andre Ward and Kovalev will go?
we just talked about Andre yesterday, man. Andre is the best next thing, you know. It's just unfortunate he haven't been active, and I think, you know, that will be, you know, the hurting part, because he's not really active. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you know, yeah, I like Andre Ward, man. I always liked Andre Ward. He's like a little mini clone of Bernard, man. You know, yeah, Andre Ward, man.
Yeah.
There's no question.
Yeah. So
I just would like to see him get busy, man. You know, God rest his soul, Dan Gruesome, man. And they, you know, everybody know he was having issues with him, with Dan. But you know, now, man, you know, he can just move on, man, and start fighting, man, because he, you know, when you still need to be active, you know. I don't care how great you are, you need to be active.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, how good you are, you still need to be active. Versus to a guy who's fighting at least twice a year, you know, and you're not fighting. You know what I mean? I still think I don't care how good you are, you need to be active.
Yeah, I agree.
No doubt.
Okay. I got another question. Can you give us some guys to look out, some upcoming Philly guys we need to be on the lookout for?
Oh yeah, I'm working with Jesse Hart. He's a 168-pounder, man, Cyclone Hart son. He's fighting September 13th. He's 15-0 with 11 knockouts. Actually, I'm working with Rosado, who's from Philly. He's living out here in LA. He fights December the 6th in Brooklyn. He's fighting David Lemieux. Like a lot of Philly guys, man. Eric Hunter, who won last night. I worked with him. Little featherweight, 126-pounder. Look out for him. He looked great last night, man. And he got the USBA title. So, like I said, man, a lot of guys in Philly, man, to look out for. Julian the Rock Williams, who's undefeated, man. Well, you know, I can go on and on, man, with the guys in Philly, man, some young guys. And these guys is only like 23, 24 years old. So, and we look out for those guys.
Yeah.
Amir Mansour, sorry about that. Amir Mansour, who's I trained, he fought on the same day Bernard fought up in Bethlehem, PA. He stretched the guy last night on NBC Sports. So I have him. Congratulate him on his fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because remember we was talking about how you gonna get to the Hopkins side. So you, a guy, what's the one of the guy, Calvin guy, came out of prison and he was in his corner and you went to the Hopkins fight. Is that how that worked?
Yeah, well, you know, I trained. He knew that, you know, it was a, you know, so, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the game is about business. And Amir, you know, I did train him all the way up into the fight. So, you know, it's just like Freddie. You can't be at two places at once. So you go with the, you know, I had to go with the main one. So, and he understood that. Because that's the relationship that we have, you know, and he understood it. And he knew he still had to do what he had to do. So, are you still
going to be the main head trainer for his camp?
You said what?
Amir Mansour, are you going to be the main head trainer for Amir Mansour still?
Oh yeah. Then and nothing changed. We talked this morning. Nothing changed. You know, it's just the business decision that I had to. You know, I went with the old man, the old pop.
Yeah.
You know? And I've been working with, you know, Bernard, like I said, about almost like 14 years now. So, you know, we talked, and you know, I was like, wow, you're fighting on the same day. But we still got our training in, we still got our boxing in. It's just, you know, he knew that I was going with Bernard.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Beats.
Yeah, I just needed to ask, man. I just watched Mansour knock out the guy Casa. Is Mansour? He must be the hardest puncher in your gym. If anyone punches harder in your gym than him, I need to know his name because the punch was horrible, man.
Nah, man, I got Chad with his phone in him. Nah, he's one of the hardest punchers in boxing, man. That guy, you know, he can really crack. He can really crack, man.
He's still, Chad's still fighting.
You said who?
It's Chad. You said Chad Wood was. Is he still fighting?
Chad is still fighting. Yeah, Chad's supposed to. Matter of fact, Chad's supposed to fought. He's supposed to fought yesterday because he does his own promotion now. So he had to postpone his fight because there was so much going on November 8th, and he didn't want to fight on that day because Bernard was fighting that day, Amir was fighting in Bethlehem, so he moved his card back to I think to December, like almost the end of December.
Okay, is Tim Witherspoon his trainer? Oh, you're his trainer. Oh, sorry, you're his trainer, isn't it? Is Tim Witherspoon involved in that as well?
No, I'm not. I'm not Tim's trainer.
Oh, you're not Chad's trainer.
Nah. Him and Amir, they box a lot, man. They box a lot of rounds with each other. Because we all from the same gym, so they box each other a lot.
Okay, all right.
You know.
I'll go ahead. Anyone else have a question to Danny before? Because he's very tired going to he's going to you're going to go work.
I'm next. So
Lee, you got any questions, or Kris got another question?
I got one question, man. It's backtracking a little bit. Over the Stevenson, Kovalev, and Hopkins situation, it's been very hard to negotiate. Do you know any inside information of why the politics was so hard and how Bernard didn't fight Stevenson and come to fight Kovalev?
I really can't, really speak on that as far as the politics, wise. You know what I mean? It is what it is as far as politics, and we all know that. But Bernard just, he wanted to fight the best, man. And whoever it was, Stevenson, Kovalev, he wanted to fight the best. He wanted to clean up that division. He wanted to unify all the belts. So whoever was going to be in line, he would have fought. If it was Stevenson, with Kovalev, he wanted to, and he always wanted to fight the best. So, at the end of the day, man, it wasn't never about no picking and choosing with Bernard. He always wanted to clean up the division like he did in the middleweight division. Mm-hmm.
Danny,
so the politics is going to be the politics, man, and we know that. Yeah. And that's always going to be in this game, as long as it's still around. Politics going to be politics, man.
Yeah, Danny, I got one question. So for everyone listening, and for the whole YouTube world, the negotiations between Hopkins and Stevenson, because people were trying to say that he picked Kovalev because of Isa. So what happened with the negotiation between Bernard and Stevenson, and how come that fight? Because I don't think because he thought Kovalev was. I thought it was. To be honest with you, I thought Stevenson was a better matchup because of Bernard history with southpaws. I thought that would have been a more suitable than Kovalev. I always thought Kovalev was dangerous than Stevenson. Not judging him from the Fafara fight, but just with my experience working with Bernard with southpaws, and he had field day with the southpaw guys, and I thought he was a more better suitable matchup than Kovalev, but he picked Kovalev, so he, like I said, he always
wanted to be in front of the best, man. You know, he always seemed like he had something to prove, and he really had nothing to prove. As much as he accomplished in boxing, setting records, you know, making history. You know, this man in the Guinness Book of Records. So, hey man, all you could do is just say wow. And sometimes, man, and I work with him, I say wow. You know, sometimes I look at him like, what the hell is you doing, man? You know, after winning the belt, calling me, Danny, meet me in the gym Monday. I gotta look at him like, I'll be looking at him like, what is this man doing? You know? So, man, you gotta, man, you know, Bernard, man, you gotta just really, man, you know, you gotta bow down, man. Not take your head off. You gotta bow down for this man. You know? So, yeah, man, I'm kind of like tongue-tied, man. You know, in a way, you know, I was very, very proud yesterday. You know, it was a little emotion. You know, man, you know, you get a little touched, a little choked up, you know, because of how the outcome, you know. But at the end of the day, man, he stood there, he stood up, he didn't get knocked out, man. He finished on his feet. He finished with pride.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, and I just want to, this is my last bit. Looking on the fight again today, he wasn't as hurt as bad as we thought in the 12th. It wasn't as bad as that, you know. It wasn't as bad as I thought. So he finished the fight comfortably on his feet, and you know, if that is his last fight, I think that's a fitting ending, man. You know, he passed the torch to a really good light heavyweight, and
yeah,
that's my last word.
Listen, man. Yeah, listen. Like I said, man, if you go back in history and you go back in time, most guys who was out of their prime, they either was on their face, they looked bad, they got knocked out, they made themselves look terrible, and some of them continued to make themselves look bad. Bernard didn't, man. You know, that 12th round, man, I was out of my seat, and I'm a damn trainer. I was out of my seat because how he came out and how he finished the fight, man. He was like, yo, this man gonna knock me out because I'm coming out. He didn't hold not once.
Yeah.
So, you know, that tell you a lot about Hopkins, you know, Bernard, man. And like I said, man, I was a fan yesterday. Besides as a trainer, I was a damn fan. You know what I mean? I stood up, and I was supposed to be sitting in my seat.
And Bernard gonna have nothing to look bad about. Yeah.
No, he felt good, man. You know, yesterday, man, he was in good spirits. You know, he's so much on point, man. You know, at the press conference, man, he was just funny. He was on point. You know, and what could you say, man? What could you say?
I thought he was going to take the young guy out the one round when Bernard had Kovalev doing the stinky leg with that punch. He had to go on the stinky leg a couple times. And that's why I said, man. That's why I said with Kovalev and John. You know, he I worked with John, man, for several fights. I worked with him with Randall Belly. You know, me and John is real tight, man. And I learned a lot from John working with him for a couple years when he worked with Bernard. And he also fought Bernard. So, you know, coming into that fight, you know, as a trainer, you know, he had to get in his pupils' ear. And because he kind of know it, man. And he probably was saying, yo, you got to be patient with this guy. Don't run into nothing. Don't be curly. Don't be reckless like you have been in your other fights. You know. And they probably worked on like, listen, man, we got to go to distance. They knew that, you know. And with Bernard, you know, you got to be patient, man. He's born, but he will put you to sleep, and then and still rounds on you, and before you know it, they raising his hand, and you saying what happened.
Yeah. Well, hey man. Well, hey man. We appreciate you giving this time because obviously, you know, it's tiring, and obviously you're going on to train Rosado right now over in the plane. And Danny, man, we appreciate you giving this time after the Hopkins fight, Kovalev fight. So, we'll try and keep in contact. If anything, we'll probably talk to you just before, maybe a week before, or 2 weeks before the Rosado fight. Yeah, man.
Greg Hack. We going out here, man. His assistant. So me and him, man, we both from Philly, man. So we going out here and work with Rosario, man. He got about 4 more weeks. You know what I mean? He do his thing. He could put himself in a real good position, beating David Lemieux, man. So he might be a candidate for Canelo. So this is a very, very important fight, man. And we all know, Rosario is a warrior. They bring him in as an opponent. And I told him, man, this fight can really change everything for you. You beat this guy up, you set yourself up, man. Maybe a possible fight with Canelo. So.
Yeah, or K9, maybe K9 boundaries, because he was supposed to fight that. He was #1 contender for K9's belt. Maybe that fight could happen as well.
Maybe. K9 is at 54. Gabby at 60 now.
Oh yeah, so yeah. Canelo. Okay, all right. Yeah. That'd be good for him. That'd be a good money fight for him as well, man. All right, man.
Yes. All right. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want to thank y'all guys, man. Y'all always, it's great, man. Y'all do very good interviews, man.
Yeah.
No problem, man. No problem.
So that's why, man, I picked up my phone, man, and I don't mind sitting it with y'all.
Yeah.
So,
hey, man, the YTV appreciates you, man, and all the hard work you're putting out there for Bernard and all the other fighters you're giving him, man. You're doing your thing, and hopefully we're gonna see you in the UK at some point, but. Well, we appreciate you giving us this time, and champ, and you enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you very soon.
All right, thanks, man.
All right,
God bless.
Take care. Peace.
All right.